Hey.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us again on another Thursday. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for joining us on Gives and Takes, the podcast.
That's right. And that's Sabrina Harding.
And that's Ashley Tank.
It absolutely is.
It sure is.
How's everybody doing? How's everything post what was it, 11 or 12 days ago? How's everybody feeling?
I feel like there has been like a new breath that has been like, refreshed in all of us. I feel like the doom and gloom is definitely, it has passed. It was definitely a cloud. Very dark cloud, thunderous storm.
Very dark cloud.
But now I feel like more invigorated and just excited to like get to fucking work and just be united with women and people and human beings and just anyone. So
yeah,
we're here for it.
We're here. And we'll come out on the top of this. Everything is gonna even itself out. I think that's like the greatest thing about life is that when there's super far extremes one way, there's always something in the background or something coming to balance that out. Because that's what the most scientifically or even like spiritually, that is the most like factual truth that we know about existence and living, is that everything wants to find a balance. Like everything wants to find its equilibrium.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I know that we'll get there.
We will. Homeostasis is our birthright. And we deserve some peace. So.
We do. We absolutely do.
Yeah. So, but I've been relatively good. I just hired a new one-on-one coach for myself I haven't done that in years. So that's just like a very new up level for me. I was feeling like it's time and I felt like I had been putting this off for a long time. So I'm really excited for Sabrina 3.0. She's coming.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Yay.
And I booked my hair appointment for like 2 months in the future so that we can decide what I'm going to do with my head.
Yeah. I love that.
I know.
See, I love what you sent me was like the old money blonde.
I know.
That's like, first of all, it is so fucking annoying to me how like the new generation, how there's a new name for like everything.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like red hair, it's like cowboy copper. It's like that's red hair. It's just red hair and that's okay.
Right.
And old money blonde is like it's ashy blonde.
Yeah.
It's dishwater blonde.
We called it dishwater. I'm not kidding.
And it was like a slur, like to have, like, it was such a negative thing. And that's like both of our naturals kind of. Mine's a little darker. But I remember like growing up, that was just the worst hair color you could have.
I know.
I feel like I'd have
back.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have such healthier hair at this point if I just did not bleach the hell out of it for so many years. But the early 2000s is all about being that like bottle blonde.
You had to be like from the box too. Like,
from the box.
Your roots had everything. The same color of blonde. Yeah.
Bleached. But it's so exciting. I'm so excited. I like that color for you. Kind of like the ashy, like natural blonde color.
Thank you.
I think it'll look really good.
Thank you.
I think it'll bring out your eyes too.
Yeah.
We'll chat about it more for sure, but
that's what I think, But I'm inspired by your haircut.
Thank you.
Because I want to cut my hair and your hair looks so fresh. So
thank you. So for anybody watching on YouTube, and I guess for everybody listening as well, I have had extensions in my head for probably 4 years.
Wow,
now,
I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah, so during COVID, I had to, of course, take them out because, like, who's moving these little guys up? It won't be me.
Oh, my God.
So I would be bald at this point if I tried to do that. So I took them out, and I let my hair kind of grow during that period, and then almost every 2 years since 2020, I've taken, like, a little bit of a break, and I went in to get them moved up, and I told Mackenzie, I'm like, I think let's take them out.
Wow.
Let's let my head breathe. I want to put all the oils and things in it and like massage it and like take the right supplements and just try to like focus on, I'm in like my healthy era.
I love that.
Yeah.
Ashley 3.0.
Ashley 3.0. We're both leveling up. I love this.
We really are.
So tell me, where did you find this coach? Is this somebody that you've known for a while, or?
Yes, someone that I've known for a while. I've been following on Instagram. She inspired me to become a coach. So it's just like very full circle moment.
Yeah.
And it's just someone who I've always wanted to work with. And I've been talking to my other friends who are coaches, and we just like really came to the conclusion that spending money on yourself and up-leveling in that way, like with knowledge, is the best way to put your money, because your money is not gone. You are literally filtering it right back into yourself and filling up your own cup. So
for sure.
I just knew that this was the right time, and I'm really freaking excited for this. And I feel like I've been in a darker place recently, and I feel like I'm like ready to just shed that and be the phoenix that fucking rises from the ashes.
Yes.
So this is the moment. This is the time to do it.
This is the time.
I know. I'm like feeling so inspired by it. So
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Yay! I can't wait to hear all the amazing.
Yes.
And have you then give me the lessons for free.
Yeah. And I'll teach all of you.
Yeah, but you guys have to pay.
You guys.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do discounts. Like maybe whatever for your life coaching to listeners. But you have to prove to us that you're a listener. You can't just say you are.
Yeah. You gotta prove it.
You gotta prove it.
You have to say the code word, chameleon.
I like that.
Because no one would like come up with that on their own.
No, and actually it's so funny you said something that started the same, like the word I was gonna choose was kimchi. And like chameleon and kimchi. Like we both like that sound.
Yeah.
Like it both came to our head. It's really funny.
What about kimchi chameleon? So you have to say that to us.
Kimchi, or what is the word?
Kombucha? I don't know.
Kimchi chameleon. Do you know that song?
Yes.
That I'm
100%, yeah.
I don't know what it actually is.
Do you want to know? This is like so ADHD of me, but do you want to know what song I've been listening to?
Yes.
Or just like album? And you will never guess. It is the fucking Grease musical soundtrack. As if I'm like a high school girl, like
in the
watching
50s
it.
trying to like figure out like, should I go for the bad boy or should I start smoking cigarettes?
Well, this all came up because James had never even seen. I was like, well, Grease Lightning, like I said something like that, and he's like, what? And I'm like, oh, sit down. So I showed him every single song on YouTube. I was like, oh my god, you need to see this, you need to see this. And then I just like explained the whole plot to him without like watching the movie entirely. We just watched the YouTubes. But ever since then, I'm like, this is actually like the most fun music for like a very dreary November, like middle of, it's just kind of gloomy outside. So I'm like, I just needed some like wild music in my life. So that was my little sidetrack.
I love all of that so much, but what I love, I think the most is that instead of just putting on the movie, because it's not like a very long movie.
No.
It's like maybe an hour and 15. Instead of just putting on the movie, you're like, we're going to watch actually an hour and a half of all of the music.
And then I have to explain to you what happens in between the songs. He's like, okay, but who's that guy? And I'm like, what? You don't know?
Like, we're going to spark notes all of Grease. Yes. And you're just going to have to like plug and play and figure it out with the music.
Yeah. And the worst part is that I didn't show him like in order. I showed him the last song first, like, you're the one that I want. Like, that was like the first one that I showed him. And I'm like, oh, but you have to see how they first meet each other and da-da-da-da-da. So it was just this whole thing.
I think now you guys have to have like a movie night for sure.
Yeah.
And just like watch it too and just like watch like a light bulb go off for him.
Like, oh, that's what you were talking about. Like, that's the guy.
Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
One of my, we kind of talked about this a little bit, just Snapchatting back and forth this week about hyperfixation foods.
Oh my god, yes.
So that's your like hyperfixation, like album or music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My hyperfixation has been, I think I have like two right now. One will be anything Tate McRae. I have loved her since probably, I want to say like 2018.
Yeah.
Like I've loved her for a long time before she was like really big.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I stumbled upon her the first time. But her music videos, I feel like she's just like she's like a pop star. You know what I mean? Like, she's,
yeah.
like, bringing that back.
Yeah.
With, like, the incredible dancing and choreography and, like, her music video. Like, it's just, it's, like, kind of the new Britney.
Yeah, I was thinking that, too.
And I know that, like, sparks, like, a huge controversial thing. Like, the internet's like, nobody will ever be Britney. It's like, okay, but it's, like, the closest thing we've had.
It's what we got.
In a little while. And she's amazing. And then the other one, I've been trying to be better about every time I open up Spotify, listening to, like, the music suggestions. Like, it'll just be, like, one song or, like, a single. And I have played the new Lil Nas X song. Oh my God, it is so... I just love him.
Yeah.
Like, I love all of his
too.
music. And I think I've listened to that probably, like, 30 times in the past week.
That's good to know. We should have, like, every week we should do, like, a hyperfixation. Like, what are you hyperfixated on right now? Because you and I both get that way.
We have ADHD.
We are we have ADHD. I'm slightly neurodivergent. I don't want to speak for you. But
I am for sure. Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to, like, light and sound.
And textures. Like, certain things will drive me nuts. I think we were talking about hoods the other week.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the feeling of, like, a hoodie, like, nothing is comfier in the world than a hoodie. But when you're laying, like, the way that I like to lay is, like, basically, like, where I'm, like, my shoulders are all, like, hunched up and, like, but then having a hoodie on the back of your neck when you're trying to be comfortable, like, I want to crawl out of my skin. Like,
awful.
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, and it's, like, uneven, and then you're just kind of feeling like you're getting, like, choked.
In
not a good way.
In not a good way, There are good ways. For another time.
That's for our other podcast.
Yeah, that's
After Dark.
Yeah. Oh my God, we should do some, like, not that, like, these episodes are PG anything by any accord. Yeah. But we should do, like, an even more, like, neurotic one.
If you would be willing to hear that,
let us know. Yeah.
We're going to chat after this, but I do have some ideas for, like, how we can create a little bit of a more, like, what's the word that I'm thinking of? A community where it's a little bit more, like, two-way street.
Like, interactive.
It's an interactive community. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah. Speaking of community, you guys, if you are here right now, thank you for bearing with us from last week's episode. We just want to take a second because we made a little mistake, and that's okay because we're not perfect, and that's why we're here to do it imperfectly anyways. But if you listen to a full hour of us talking without the microphone and the fan going
literally sounded like people were having sex on, like, the creakiest metal bed, like, right, like, in the room with us. If you and it didn't sound that bad, like, in headphones when I listened, but it was when I listened to it in my car. It was like and it was terrible. So basically what happens, and I will totally own this is to your point, and to kind of piggyback on that, we are here doing this authentically and raw, and there are no, like, blooper cuts with us. Like, we do everything, like, in one go. And I think that's our brand. I think that's just who we are. And that's, like, the purpose of what we're trying to do here is being authentic and being just 100% who we are. And sometimes people make mistakes. And
all the time, every day.
All the time, every day. And just to own that and just say, hey, you know what? We're going to take a little mental note of that, not do that again, or try to.
Right.
And basically, I just did not switch our audio on my computer to the input. Was a long day. 'Twas a long Friday for me. So, but yeah, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully, we'll have to check, but I don't think we lost any followers yet.
I hope not. I don't think so.
Okay.
If anything, we gained them because they were like, wow, you guys are so real. And
exactly.
Yeah. So. Should we dive into our topic today?
I think so.
Okay, so we're doing holiday theme. So I think that I have a Thanksgiving and then a Christmas one as well. But we're doing just, like, holiday mishaps or stories about how hard it can be to get together with family, or if your family is a little bit, I shouldn't say a little bit, or if you have, like, a blended family, whatever it is. We're here for the conversation about it.
Yeah. The holidays can be a really difficult time.
Yeah.
And for honestly, like, most people. And it's, even if you have, you know, what you would consider to be, like, the most perfect family in the world, everybody has, I feel like, a little bit of feelings going into any holiday, whether that's a little bit of, like, anxiety about seeing that one weird uncle, or, you know, or maybe it's, like, a little bit of, like, anxiety about, like, how your food's gonna turn out, or, you know, or maybe it's, whatever it is. I feel like everybody has they go into it feeling some kind of way, and I think just being, again, talking about it and talking through it, I think is super helpful.
Yeah.
So family drama happens at every single level, and one thing that you said before that sticks out to me is that pain is not, like, with a capital P or with a small P, or I think you said trauma.
Yeah, like,
trauma. There's no, like, big T or small T, or same thing, like, with pain or whatever. There's no big P or small P. Unless you're in, like, a 3-hour car ride, like, that's a big P. When
that's
you finally
a big fucking P.
but you know, so however you're feeling going into the holidays, we want to be alongside you for it, because we've got our own things. And these people that we're going to read have their own stories as well. And if you resonate, that's awesome. And hopefully we're able to shed a little bit of peace to you this holiday season.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
I will, yes. Okay.
Yay.
I have it all pulled up here. So, this one is, am I the asshole for telling my wife that she can stay home this Thanksgiving?
I think I saw this one.
You did?
Yeah.
Should I read it still?
Okay. No, please read it. I didn't pick this one, but...
Okay. Did you already, like, pre-read it? Or did you just see the title?
I think I read maybe a little bit of it, and I was like, this is it for me.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So, my wife is a grade A picky eater. It's bothersome to a certain degree, but on holidays, basically the shit show begins. She'd refuse to eat certain meals, and my mom would take it personally, which results in a series of arguments between them. As a compromise this year, my wife offered to bring her own food to Thanksgiving dinner. I was stunned. I asked if she thought this through, and she looked at me confused. I told her about how weird it would be for her to bring her own food, especially when she wouldn't be sharing it with anybody else. And I told her to think about how my mom is going to react. She got very offended and upset. My wife said that it's not her problem and that she was just trying to make it work by bringing her own meal. I told her again that my mom might not like it, or even my mom might not allow it. She blew up at me asking if I want her to either eat food that she doesn't like or go hungry. I suggested she give my mom's food a chance, but she said it wasn't about my mom's cooking and that she just doesn't like certain foods. We had an argument, and I ended up telling her she could stay home for Thanksgiving and have whatever meal she likes. She got quiet and then lashed out on me, calling me insensitive and negative to say this to her. I repeatedly asked her to calm down, but she couldn't stop ranting about
that'll work.
Basically willing to exclude her from a major event.
Oh, no.
She started cold shouldering me about it while I was at the same time guilting me, saying that I'm treating her poorly after she offered the perfect compromise that was in quotes. So this is kind of fucked.
Yeah. Do you want to give your take, or do you want me to go?
Well, okay, the reason that I chose this is because I have, like, very certain dieting restrictions, and my family will eat whatever they want. I mean, they're not making gluten-free macaroni and cheese, gluten-free, dairy-free, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so much.
Yeah.
But I bring my own, like, I can eat the turkey, and I can eat, like, the salads. I'm gonna bring my own, like, dessert that I'm gonna share. And
sides and what,
like, I'm gonna make it work, and I'm gonna compromise. So the reason that I chose this was because I really resonated with this, and just, like, thinking about going to events or birthday parties, you name it, like literally anything where there's gatherings and there's food, I immediately get anxiety about it because I'm like, I'm either gonna go hungry because I can't eat what everyone else is eating, or I'm gonna feel like bad about myself, or I'm gonna like be upset that I can't eat this and like shame myself. So my resolution is always I bring a Tupperware of food no matter where I'm at, and I either eat it or I don't. Like it's not like I have to, but if there's like stuff for me, then I can eat it. But the fact that he's such an asshole,
yeah. So is he the asshole? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Right?
I mean, okay, so first of all, this isn't like boyfriend, girlfriend, right? Where, okay, maybe it's like, okay, maybe don't come to Thanksgiving and maybe go to your own families or what have you. You're married.
Right.
You're a pair. You are a team. And to me, it sounds like he's picking sides. He had a couple of options about how to handle this, chose all of the wrong ones.
Every single one.
Chose to side with his mom, which I think she is way off base also.
Yeah.
Who are you to say what a person can and can't put into their own body?
Right.
You don't have to be so defensive. Maybe go to therapy. That sounds like her getting so defensive about somebody not wanting to eat her food sounds like a lot more of a personal problem than it is. The girl might have, maybe, and it's a picky eater thing, but what if she had allergies? Like, would that be okay then for you,
right,
lady? Like, does she have to be like dangerously sick just to not eat your food? It's
exactly.
Like, and why can't it just be a conversation? If this is your son's wife, this is your daughter-in-law, can't you just say, you know, hey, this maybe kind of hurt my feelings that you didn't want to eat my food.
Right.
Allow her space to say, no, it has nothing to do with how you prepare it or your abilities in the kitchen.
Yeah.
This has everything to do with like me and my own neuroses. Like I don't like certain things and I apologize, but like that's who I am, and that should be the fucking end of the discussion.
Right, period.
That should
end of discussion.
Period.
Yep.
End of the sentence.
Yeah.
But for him to double down and essentially say that she can stay home because she wanted to me, that is a compromise.
Yeah.
Now, if she's saying, also a little bit of context is missing here, was she saying I'm gonna bring like a Domino's pizza to like Thanksgiving? Right. You know, that's maybe a little offensive.
Yeah.
That's maybe like a little like, okay, maybe eat before you come or you know, whatever.
If you need your Domino's, like
right.
eat it in the car.
You know, it depends on maybe what she was bringing a little bit.
Yeah.
Like if she's saying, well, I'm just gonna bring like these chicken wings, you know, to Thanksgiving. Yeah. But also, did they have the conversation that she wasn't gonna share what she was bringing? Maybe she would.
Right.
Maybe she would bring it.
Exactly.
And share with others. And maybe people wouldn't want what she, you know. I think for sure he's the asshole. I think he chose his mother's side.
Yeah.
Over his partner's, which to me is always just such a bright red flag and just horrible. And I feel really bad for the wife.
I know.
I feel really bad for her. Nobody should have to be forced to eat something that they don't want to eat. And yeah, I think he's the asshole.
Yes. The internet thought so too.
Good.
There's also an update.
Good. We love them.
Okay. Update. And so my wife has decided to go spend Thanksgiving with her family, who, by the way, live hours away, in all caps. So this means unnecessary travel expenses instead, and basically ditched me for the whole week. Y'all happy now? Though I appreciate some insightful comments on the situation. Some others, ... Not so much, especially with those assumptions claiming that my wife has allergies. She does not.
Jeez, okay.
Like, doesn't that make it worse for him? Like, he's
like, who cares?
Why
is it this
worse?
Yeah, it's not this fucking deep.
I know.
It's crazy.
Oh my god, so he goes, she does not. Y'all get that? But anyway, so Saul, what is it? S''ALL, Saul? So
like it's all like Saul Good.
Saul Good. Oh jeez, Louise, it is Saul Good. Wow, I've never seen that in my life.
It's
Saul Good.
It's either
yeah. So Saul Good now, I guess. So I'm not too thrilled with her decision. I feel like she's doing it to spite me or to get me to cave in. So
no, she's doing it because she doesn't want to spend fucking Thanksgiving alone.
Right.
Hello.
Okay.
McFly! I mean, hello, my God. First of all,
oh my God,
I want to see. I think I know how he voted. Just because of
we're just getting a sense.
I'm just, yeah. No, I'm totally kidding. I am. But I think some couples counseling could go a really long way for them. It sounds like maybe her interest or what's like in her best interest are just not being taken seriously. Mm-hmm. They're not being, honestly, it sounds like even considered.
Yeah.
Like what, like her preferences or what would make her comfortable.
It's awful.
It's almost like I just don't fucking care and you better eat my mom's food or spend it alone.
Right.
And when he realized that she has other options and other people that love her.
Exactly.
And will allow her to maybe bring her own food. She's probably bringing her own food to her parents that are hours away as well. And like, they're probably like, we don't care. We know that you're like this.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, how do you actually get into the position of marrying somebody if something like this is going to be such like a deal breaker for you? Right. How did you marry that person? Yeah. She's probably been picky your entire relationship. How did you decide your wedding food?
Right.
How did you decide? I mean, how did you decide anything? How did you go out to restaurants together?
For real.
Like, how did we get so far into this relationship that you're married and now every time you're going to your mother's house, you're gonna like personally attack her for not wanting to eat that? Just, it feels like pick a battle and he's like picking the wrong one and barking up the wrong tree and making a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of other little sayings that I can say, but I think I ran out.
I have a saying. What I was thinking is like, okay, there have been so many other straws. This can't be the straw that broke the camel's back. What are the other fucking straws in this relationship? We don't know any backstory. Mm-mm. He just seems like he's grasping for straws. Here we go. Let's just keep going
grabbing for straws.
Sayings. Yeah. It just seems like really irrational of him to like jump to this conclusion and like for him to say like you're either eating my mom's food or you're
sitting alone.
Thanksgiving alone. That is cold. Mm-hmm. That is basically saying like go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I never want to see you again. Like that's awful.
And it also kind of sounds like he thought that she didn't have any like in saying that. You're saying, go fuck yourself, but you're also saying like that like I want you to be punished in that way.
Yeah.
And what he's saying in that is basically like, I don't think anybody else cares about you enough.
Yeah.
So you'll either do this or you'll spend it alone, which is just so like
sick.
Yeah, it's like a stab to the chest. You know what I mean? Where it's like, where was the conversation? Okay, let's say all of this, maybe there's tons of backstory, maybe there's a reason. But where was the conversation where he just said, I just don't want to, deal with this with, like, you and my mom again this year. Do you think you could spend this with your family? Like, I hate that. I don't, want that.
Right.
But I just know how my mom's going to react. Do you think you could go spend it with your family? Where was the conversation? Right. And why is he acting, like, surprised that she has a family?
Right.
That would want to spend time with her?
Now he's, like, more pissed that he's going to
that she has somewhere to go.
Yeah.
That she has people that are going to be like, well, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Right. Oh, this is deranged.
Mm-hmm.
This is very unwell.
Yeah.
I say run for the hills.
Run. That's a Tate McRae song. Run for the hills.
Really?
Yeah, it's very good.
Call back.
Run for the hills. It's so good. Yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah. I don't know. He sounds kind of like an a-hole, so.
He's the asshole. Absolutely.
Okay. It's my turn. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Tis the season for getting a little seasonal, whatever.
Tickle.
Mm-hmm.
Seasonal tickle.
Oh my God, I have two really good ones.
Oh, I'm excited.
Should we both do our Thanksgiving ones and then move on to Christmas?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Am I the asshole for refusing to host Thanksgiving after being stuck with it for the past 5 years?
Ooh.
I, 38 male, have been hosting Thanksgiving for my family every year since I bought my house 5 years ago. This includes my parents, siblings, their spouses, their kids, and occasionally extended family. In total, it's about 20 people. I don't mind cooking, but the problem is that no one ever helps me with anything. I do all of the grocery shopping, meal prep, cooking, and the massive cleanup afterward.
That's insane.
Last year, I asked for help, but everyone either ignored me or gave me some lame excuse like, I'm not good in the kitchen or I have no idea how to cook. Meanwhile, they're sitting around while I'm running around the kitchen all day. After the meal, same exact thing. They sit around chatting and drinking while I am the only one cleaning up.
What?
So this year, I just said enough is enough.
Yeah.
I told them I'm not hosting Thanksgiving.
Good.
I suggested someone else step up, or we could split the cost of catering.
Yeah.
Cue the drama.
Oh, God.
My siblings flipped out on me, complaining about how it's tradition, in quotes, for me to host. My mom called me selfish. My aunt said I was ruining Thanksgiving for the kids because they love coming to my house, also in quotes. Now they're all upset with me, calling me lazy, saying I'm ruining the holiday. Honestly, I'm tired of being treated like their personal chef and cleanup crew every year. But now I feel guilty for putting my foot down. So, am I the asshole for refusing to host Thanksgiving this year?
Fuck no, you're not the asshole. Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
The audacity that his family has. Of course they want him to host. They have been catered to for the past 5 years. If they didn't have to lift a finger, like, I would love that. But that's not right. I mean, I would, first of all, would absolutely fucking help in any way, shape, or form. But that's the thing. It's like, we would never do that. We'd love it.
Yeah.
We'd love to be catered, but we'd never do that.
Mm-mm.
That's ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Of course that they want to have it at his house, and of course they're blowing up at him and getting mad. It's tradition. They're throwing all these...
Bringing the kids into it?
Oh my gosh.
Like, the kids want to go to your house. Don't bring the fucking kids into this, Susan.
Yeah.
You want to be catered.
Yeah.
You want to... Yeah, it's that... I had my blood boiling at this. But keep going. What are...
Well, the kids love to fucking trash his place and then leave without having to clean up a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
The dishes alone in Thanksgiving is an hour process, and that's dishes. If the whole day cooking, you are slaving over every single meal, every single side dish.
Especially if you do turkey.
Oh,
Turkey is a 5 to... So this is not even meal prep. Like, if you're brining it the day before, but just the day of, it is like a 5 to... It can be 7 hour long fucking ordeal.
Oh my gosh. And the thing is I can see people loving this because that might be their love language if they get the acknowledgement that they deserve.
Yeah. And the appreciation.
If people are like, hey, I see you. Oh my gosh, what you've done for us is incredible. Like, thank you so much. Please let me know what I can do to help, because that's how acknowledgement works and that's how appreciation works. It's like, now what can I do to help you? So obviously he's not getting that. Obviously he's not receiving any sort of help. That is making me so fucking pissed off. How can they see any other side?
I know.
I know. This is what blows my mind. Is like, how is there another side to this story? Because it's very black and white to me, and I know that the world is all shades of gray. But to me, this is point blank. His family is being an asshole.
Yeah, all 20 of them. We're not talking about it's 5 people and you're making it's like 1 pan of green bean casserole, or you're making food for 20 people. Do you have any fucking idea the amount of time and cost? Let's talk about cost. If you're not gonna help, if you have no cooking abilities, you are getting too sloppy drunk by the time that it's time to clean up.
Yeah.
Shoot me a fucking Venmo at the bare minimum for the hundreds. And I mean, groceries today are ungodly. And the cost alone would just be like, okay, so if we were to have catered this, each of you would have spent $100.
Right.
For all the food that I made. I made 2 pans of green bean casserole. I made 3 giant pots of mashed potatoes.
Right.
You have to make so much for 20 people. I chose this one today because I have hosted Thanksgiving for the last 3 years with my family. And to your point, like, cooking and hosting, I think we've talked about this before, but it's totally a love language of mine.
Yeah.
Like, I love, like, doing acts of service and quality time. So I get both, you know?
That's awesome.
And I also, like, love to cook. Like, I love finding a new recipe or a new thing maybe people haven't tried, and then just, like, watching their eyes, like, light up. Because I also know my family, and I know, like, things they like or things they don't. So it's always a fun adventure for me, and I have such a great time doing it. But not having any help at all. I will say last year I was in the kitchen because, you know, Austin goes to his family's or whatever, and I was in the kitchen from, like, I want to say, like, 9 a.m. until my family got here.
Oh my gosh.
At, like, because he went to his family's early and then came back to be here with mine. And so I was here, like, doing it kind of alone for a big chunk. And this year I immediately texted all of my family, like, that's coming here, and I'm like, hey, so, like, this is the tea. I love cooking for all of you, but can you guys just at least, like, come here and, like, hang out with me while I'm like cooking or bring a dish to pass this year or whatever. Because also I don't want people to feel that they have to bring something. But no, everybody in my family this year was like, oh my God, I am gonna bring this and I'm gonna bring this, and I'm also gonna get there at, like, 11 a.m. so we can, like, watch the Lions game together. And they didn't realize. So I think everybody in my family thought that I also had gone to Austin's. So whatever, misunderstanding. End of the day. But they all were willing to step up. My mom, last year, she and I, we washed dishes for, to your point, like, probably an hour. Because for holidays, like, I bring out our china that was passed down from my great-grandma. So, like, that's a delicate thing, you know?
For sure.
And so that's why this one just resonated with me. I cannot imagine messaging my family and just saying, hey, like, this is my love language and I do love to do it. Is there any way I could get this from you guys? Like, for this year to kind of, you know, this is just kind of something I'm feeling. Is this something we can all agree on? I knew immediately that they'd all be on board. I cannot imagine getting from 20 of the closest people in your life. Basically calling you an a-hole, calling you selfish, calling you, I mean, awful. Yeah, they're treating him like hired help. And it's, I would immediately, if that was the reaction that I got from anybody in my family, I would have immediately been like, okay, well, I'm good on not hosting this. In fact, and I am just going to go with Austin to his family's. Because I don't have, like, I don't have to do this. Have to. This OP doesn't have to do all of this. He's doing it out of the goodness of his heart because he loves his family, and maybe that's his love language. And to just get that kind of response, absolutely not. I'd say fuck all of them. I'd say spend the probably $1,000 that you're gonna spend on that and go to an all-inclusive resort. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. But that one just fired me up so much. I could not imagine.
I can't. And guess who's getting all the fucking leftovers too? I bet his family brings
their own Tupperware.
I bet, and they're like, oh great, this will last me till the end of the week. You know, like I'm just imagining that they're just, like, scraping the bottom of the barrel of everything. So he's left with nothing. And he's
like the next week he's got, like, 4 chiropractor appointments. And, like, he's, like, hiring cleaning crews to help. It's insane to me. I couldn't imagine. And if you have family like that, like, if you are in the situation where you are doing, like, you are going above and beyond for your family, first of all, I just want to say that, like, I see you. Like, I am so that person, and I always will be. And if that's, like, the kind of person you are, I think that's an amazing thing. But you have to be able to give and take, right? You have to be able, like, there has to be give and take. You have to be able to be surrounded, and maybe if your family is like this OP's family, it's okay to venture out and find different kinds of family. It's okay to find family that maybe isn't blood, or find, you know, other new traditions for you, because at the end of the day, that's, like, soul sucking. It can make you just feel so
resentful.
Yeah, and used. Like I and nobody wants to feel that way, and that can just be so draining. So if you are in that kind of situation, I see you, because I love to give in that way as well. But be completely firm and comfortable in establishing boundaries around the holidays, because if you don't, they might not know. It might be miscommunication, or you might find out like how they're actually really feeling about you. And either way, it's good to establish those boundaries.
100%. I could not agree more.
Yeah.
It is the season for boundaries.
Tis.
Tis.
And leveling up. Like let's get healthy. Let's get focused. Let's get all of the things.
Yeah. Let's set firm boundaries. Let's have high expectations. Just
Yeah.
We want that for you, and we want this for us too.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you ready for the next one?
I am.
Okay. This one also comes from Am I the Asshole? We kind of have a theme going. So this is 10 hours old. Am I the asshole for not wanting to spend another holiday with my husband's ex-wife? Okay. Are you ready? I, 36 female. Oh, maybe. Oh, wait, shit. Sorry. I don't know if this is one that I meant to read. Oh, no, it is. Okay, sorry. I meant to read this.
Okay.
I, 36 female, have been with my husband Jake, 47 male, for 6 years, married for 4 years. He has a daughter, Jenna, 19 female, with his ex-wife, Susan. I know I just threw a lot of names at you there, but we have OP, we have the husband Jake, married for 4 years, daughter is Jenna. Ex-wife is Susan. Okay. Everyone got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Jake and Susan's marriage began deteriorating during the pregnancy, and they were separated by Jenna's first birthday, divorced by her second. They don't have a friendly relationship. They're cordial for Jenna and polite to one another, but they never just chat for the sake of it, and there is zero warmth to any of their interactions. Despite this, they both agree that they never wanted their daughter to have to choose between them for big holidays, so they've been spending every Thanksgiving and Christmas together for the last 19 years, with me joining the last 4 years. It's ... fine. It's very awkward and feels like something everyone is just trying to get through, but it's uneventful. There's no drama or anything crazy, but it's not fun or festive either. I was under the impression that this would end when Jenna reached adulthood, since Jake complains about it every year, but last year was Jenna's first year at home from college, so he wanted everything to be normal. I'm pretty close with Jenna, and last year, after we left Susan's on Christmas Day, Jenna texted me joking about how dull everything was, and she said that she didn't know why they were still keeping this up. And I was like, please, in all caps, tell your dad, because he's going to insist on it for your sake until you do. And she said she would. And we started talking about other things, and it didn't come up again until this year. Jenna's spending Thanksgiving with her new friend's family this year, so luckily it's just the one holiday to deal with this year, which is Christmas. We were texting last month when she started to make plans to come home for Christmas, and brought up how she wasn't looking forward to just another Christmas, and I encouraged her again to tell her dad how she felt. She brought it up with both of her parents and said she would do Christmas Eve with one and Christmas with the other. Great. At some point, she mentioned to her mother that I was the one who had encouraged her to talk to her parents, and now Susan, the ex-wife, has decided that I manipulated Jenna to get what I want, which I did want, but I feel like I didn't manipulate anyone. And it's blowing up, and Susan is blowing up Jake's phone. This is the most they've spoken in years, and Jake is not quite, but almost agreeing with her. I.e., well, I know how you didn't like going, maybe Jenna was just reading how you felt, etc. Which makes me feel like I'm going crazy, but I just feel weird and guilty, and now I need some outside opinions. So what do you think? Is she the asshole?
Hell no. Hell no.
I know.
So Jenna fucking threw her under the bus so hard.
Fuck Jenna.
Jenna, you kind of suck, dude. That sucks. That's such shitty behavior.
Yeah.
You fully first and foremost, I'm showing the receipts. If I am sorry, what is the OP's name?
I don't think we know, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm the OP, I am showing the receipts to
please look.
To my and it's husband, right? They're married?
Yeah.
I'm showing it. I'm showing him everything that Jenna said and then telling him, hey, she messages me on her own accord and she tells me that things are uncomfortable, and then we're having a separate conversation from what you and Susan are having, okay? Right. First and foremost, the OP is a very chill fucking woman because she's been going to your ex's house for 4 years and dealing with this bullshit. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I am all for the idea of not wanting to like split up, you know, when she's a young girl, when Jenna was young, and not wanting to like make that a thing, and maybe he wasn't dating and there was nothing serious, and so things didn't have to change, okay? Right. But what that's telling to me is that those two parents, that was like their way almost of like holding on to something that was no more.
Right.
It's a weird fucking thing to do past the age of like, honestly, like 8 years old.
It is, right?
It's fucking bizarre.
Yeah.
After the age of like 8, are you telling me that both you, the husband, and Susan, the ex, have not changed in 19 years? Like
it's unreal.
You haven't dated new people, you haven't seen new things, and like you want to pretend like for 2 days a year that you're one big happy family. It's kooky. That's bizarre. No, what is the most normal thing is to like show your child that sometimes people break up and sometimes things don't work out. What you're doing to that kid is basically like teaching them that they have to force their inability to move on onto their children, and they, you know, all of it is so bad.
Yeah.
And Jenna totally fucking threw her under the bus, but I'm showing the receipts.
Yeah.
That's my hot take. I'm showing the receipts. I'm saying Jenna basically tells me every single year that she is miserable going over to Susan's and that she wishes it was broken up. That's my truth. There it is. I am not manipulating her in any kind of way, and unfortunately for the OP, it's not like she can like now reach out to Jenna again because now she's like just too in the shit.
Right.
She's got to take a step back, talk to her husband, and say, "This is what happened."
Yep.
I think it's been a little inappropriate for too long.
It has.
Yeah. What are your thoughts? Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Oh gosh, this is just honestly so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what I'm thinking and why I picked it is because I come from a family that I have divorced parents, and if I had to fake, or if I watched my family all fake their reactions and their smiles for 2 days out of the year, I would go fucking mad.
Yeah.
I can't stand bullshit, and I can't stand when people wear masks. That's just like something about me where it's, if I'm feeling something, I'm going to tell you. And that's like, I'm very candid, especially with like the people that I love.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you how it is. I wouldn't be able to stand having to fake anything. I would be miserable. I'd be crawling out of my skin. Not only for Jenna, but everyone involved. Why did you keep that tradition alive if it wasn't working for you? Like, it just seemed like they were just trying to piece something together of like normalcy, but that's not normal.
Mm-mm.
Sorry, that's not fucking normal.
No.
That's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I love being able to spend Christmas Eve with my dad and Christmas with my mom, and then the day after Christmas with James's family. It's like, it's so great to be able to have all those different experiences. I also want Christmas to be spread out a little bit more. Like, it kind of spreads it out and it's fun. And you get to spend more time with those people and just have more genuine reactions and interactions with them when you're not like, oh geez, what's mom gonna think
like
if I'm
on
hugging
alert.
if like I'm hugging my stepmom, like what's this gonna happen? You know, it's just, oh my gosh, my body would be in fight or flight mode the whole day.
For real.
I would be fucking like frozen.
Real.
I would not know what to do.
Mm-mm.
That'd be, my head would be on a swivel. I'd be like, oh god, like,
is
everyone okay?
Yeah.
Like, the empath in me would be like dreading
freaking
this.
out.
Yeah.
I would be just in the kitchen fucking cleaning the whole time.
Does anyone have a dish?
Does anybody have a dish? Like, I'm gonna put on my headphones and I'm just gonna be in the kitchen, and you guys can sort out, like, if I'm the daughter, I'm going into the kitchen and, like, washing dishes, or, like, I'm going down to the basement and just not interacting, so the three of you can sit there and think about what the fuck we're doing here.
Yeah.
like, I'll let you three sit here and
guys
feel the tension. Cut that shit with the knife.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm not in the room, how weird is this? Well, guess what? When I'm in the room, I feel it too. Yeah. So I'm going to opt out, and I'm leaving. I'm going to go down to the basement and play with my cousins or something.
Right.
And, yeah, maybe just 10, 15, 20 minutes of you guys sitting in this fucking absolute nightmare that you have forced on me for 19 years. You've created this. Personal hell for all of us. Go ahead and sit in that. I'm going to be completely out of the room. Yeah. When I come back, I better see a look of recognition and, like, oh, we're not doing this next year. And that's what your face better be telling me when I walk back in.
Right.
My God. I could never.
I could never.
No,
it's so weird.
I literally, I feel like it's like a scene out of a movie, because I feel like I would just, like, slam my fist down a table and be like, what are we doing here? Like, are we fucking serious? This is hell.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
That is so true.
Like, Mom, you fucking hate Dad and his new wife. And you guys, I know, fucking hate being here.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Right.
This sucks.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks. Dad, I want to come spend time with you and the LP because I fucking like her and I get to be a different version of myself. And that's authentic. Yeah, sounds nightmarish.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, fuck that. If you're ever in a situation like that, once again, scrap it. Like, just go wash the dishes or go be non-present and just say, like, I'm choosing to not be the reason that you guys continuously. It's almost like they're blaming her for putting everybody through hell.
So true.
Like, using her as a
Jenna's
scapegoat.
fault.
Yeah, well, we're doing this for Jenna, and Jenna's kind of like, I fucking hate this too.
Yeah.
I'd just leave the room, or I think Jenna grow a fucking pair and just say, hey, this sucks.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do this.
Right.
And don't throw your stepmother under the bus.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She did not deserve that.
Rude.
Or OP. Poor OP. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah. All right. Okay. This is a doozy.
I was so nervous.
This is, whew. So this is from True Off My Chest.
Mm-hmm.
Cousin's gift, in quotes, ruined Christmas and possibly my relationship.
What was it?
Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. I come from a big family. Our holidays involve extended family, like second cousins, etc. My fiance and I are in our mid-20s, and there are a lot of cousins in their 20s or 30s. Last night, we had our big Christmas party. It was so fun to see everyone until it was time to exchange presents. My cousin Anna, not her real name, changed for anonymity. My cousin Anna hands out pink envelopes to all of the 20 or 30-year-old men who have married or dated into the family. My fiance received one and quickly put it in his pocket after opening it. I was super distracted opening my gifts and didn't ask to look at it. Oh, I was super distracted while I was opening my gifts, so I didn't ask to look at it right away. About 20 minutes later, my cousin Rachel, again, not her real name, pulls me aside and says that Anna is giving out cards with instructions on how to get a discount subscription to her OnlyFans.
What?
Rachel's boyfriend got one of the pink cards and showed Rachel that he showed Rachel because he was super fucking weirded out.
Yeah.
I'm pissed at this point because I suspect my fiance's card also has an OnlyFans discount. So I asked to talk with him and he denied getting a card from Anna at all.
Oh, fuck. I did not see that coming.
I tell him, I saw her hand you one and I watched you put it in your pocket. I go to grab his pocket and he suddenly, in quotes, remembers getting a card but claims he didn't open it, has no idea what it is.
Whatever.
I take it from him, and of course it's already opened, and of course it's about fucking OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
I go back inside to confront Anna and find her already arguing with a different cousin who is upset because her husband has already tried looking at her page.
This is all happening. This is so wild.
Anna claims she's just trying to get her business off the ground.
Oh my gosh, it's so bold.
Get her business off the ground, and that no one appreciates all of the hard work and skill it takes to be successful in a digital career.
Okay.
She says her gift is not sexual, it's just marketing what she's got.
Well,
you don't have to do it with your family, Anna. Jesus Christ. Anyways, some of the older relatives, aunts and uncles, are starting to take sides too, but they're mostly really confused about what's going on. And this is in parentheses. Most of them have no idea what OnlyFans is.
it's so cute, honestly.
Anna's mom started crying because of something I said to her, and my mom tried to get me to apologize, which ended up pissing me off even more. At this point, I leave with my brother and his husband because I don't want to spend the night with my fiance at home, and I don't want to feel like going with my parents when my mom is pressuring me to apologize. Oh, and surprise, surprise, Anna didn't give my brother's husband a card, so make of that what you will about the intent behind her gift.
Wow.
She didn't.
True.
Right?
True. Yeah.
I'm seriously considering calling off the engagement over this, and I'm pissed as hell at my cousin for ruining both Christmas and maybe my relationship.
Please. Oh my gosh. That was really...
Isn't that juicy?
That is like a scene from the most unhinged movie. I can't even imagine the thought process behind this. Okay, you want to get your business off the ground? Sure. Go you, get your bag. These men are taken. Not just taken, but relatives. That is sick. That is sickening. I mean, relatives by marriage, right?
Or association. Like, these are also boyfriends of her female cousins.
Right. Like,
so
they're your family at that point.
Yeah.
It's sick, right?
It's sick.
That's disgusting. A pink envelope, like, so mysterious. Oh my gosh.
Keep going.
Keep
going with my...
I can't believe... I'm just, like, I'm speechless, truly. I really would have a hard time if this happened to me, if I'm putting myself in OP's position, and I just can't. Like, if no.
Aren't you, like, shutting down because you're, like, about to see red?
I am. That's the thing, is, like, I'm speechless. I'm seeing red. I'm ready to swing. I'm, like, blown away by this, truly.
In my family, Anna would have gotten her ass beat.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
First of all, I don't care about if people want to be on OnlyFans. Hey, agree, get your bag. But you are not about to emphasize the fact that you have one to anybody. My boyfriend, my husband. Not that I have both, but or even my brother, if we're friends, is weird. Even a friend of a friend is kind of weird unless you have, like, history. What you do in the digital marketing space, if that's what you're gonna call it, Anna, is completely up to you and to your own accord. And you know what? Yeah, absolutely get the bag. There are so many other ways that you could have gone about doing this. That didn't involve infiltrating all of your cousin's men. In doing that is just giving the biggest pick-me energy that I could ever drum up. Like, the best Hollywood writers could not come up with a fucking convoluted environment and situation as this. Truly, this girl needs maybe some help,
Yeah.
Honestly, like, it's, I'm just selling, or I'm just marketing like my body because I've got it. That's awesome. But it sounds like maybe there's a little bit of issues with self-worth.
Yeah.
With the ability to read the room, with social awareness, or you get all of those things and you're doing this vindictively and on purpose, which to me,
that's worse.
You're at Christmas and they're pink envelopes. You sat down and took the time to put each of those cards into pink envelopes with their names specifically. 20 different men, or maybe not 20, but all of the men in their 20s and 30s of this family specifically. You didn't give it to the gay brother, the brother's husband.
Yeah.
And you didn't give it to anybody that was older, because guess what? You knew that your mom and your aunt and all of your aunts and uncles would have chewed you alive, Anna. So why the hell do you think that this is acceptable to do to your cousins? Sounds like maybe you don't like them. Maybe you like yourself less.
True.
And honestly, oh my God, if this happened in my family, I mean, I'm being so fucking serious. Anna would have gotten kicked out immediately, because all of my like girl cousins and I, we would have like gone directly to her mother and said, hey, so she just gave this out to all of our husbands and boyfriends.
Yeah.
And you guys need to leave. And that's the end of the story.
Right.
That's the end of the story. That's just so wildly inappropriate and wrong. Why didn't you ask your girl cousins to help you with marketing?
Girl cousins would have been so much of, that's the key.
Yeah,
that is
women.
The key. Women are the key for this. Like, if you want to grow your marketing, okay, tell your female cousins about this and say like, hey, tell people that you know, like, I'm trying to get this up and going.
Single people.
Don't make it a sexual thing. Like, you're trying to steal someone's man, you're trying to steal your cousin's man. How do you think that this is going to play out?
Right.
Like, what? I'm like, I am seeing red.
Yeah. There's like no thought process in that, or maybe there is, and it's just like evil or something. But
it could be.
It's just giving pick me, and I feel so bad for the OP in this situation because I don't think that there are any updates here. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Let's just quick take a peek.
When was it posted?
This was posted a year ago.
Damn.
Like almost to the date, actually. So the OP, the only update is this post got way more attention than I expected. What I said was probably out of line. Not sure that I want to air more dirty laundry than I already had.
No.
So she's doubling back.
No.
Like, it sounds like what happened in her family made her feel. This is kind of funny. Somebody commented so she said what I said was probably out of line. Somebody commented on this to her. Anna is lucky y'all only talked about her and called her names, because if she was in my family and pulled that shit, she would have been jumped by every single woman there and beat to a pulp. To give you the enormity of that, my grandma had 14 kids and they each had no less than 3 kids. I have more than 50 first cousins alone, and half are girls. And the oldest cousins are already in their late 40s and grown-ass kids of their own.
That is wild.
Anna knew as hell what she was doing. She did, however, expose your fiance and a few other men in the family for lying like the pigs they are.
Honestly, though, that's so true.
That's huge, actually. Like, if you think about
huge.
it.
Yeah.
Blessing in disguise in the worst way a little bit.
I mean, I'd rather
you're
know
engaged,
right away.
You're not married.
Yeah.
Some of the other people's that one's husband, he fucking fully went and checked and they're married.
Damn.
At least she was only engaged.
Right? Like, I would honestly rather know as opposed to not knowing something like that. If I catch someone in a lie, like, I'd rather it be before I have major commitments with them. Mm-hmm. They're hiding that envelope from me. No, I actually didn't
get anything, and she feels.
Now I remember.
And it's opened. Yeah,
it's opened. Yeah. Oh, that must really suck to have that short-term memory loss. I'm gonna.
Why don't I make it worse by breaking your skull? By cracking it a bit further.
Exactly.
Giving you another concussion.
Oh my gosh.
My family would never. I cannot.
Your boy cousins would be annihilating her. Like, they would be beating her up.
What the hell? Yeah, because...
Like, no one would be with that.
No. It'd be, just very wrong. Very weird and very wrong.
Yeah, that is wild.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
That was a good one. Oh, that was a good episode. That was fun.
I've like rubbed my hands together like I'm like an evil, like a villain in a story about to cook up something good. I've done that a few times, so I just had to call that out.
Kimchi chameleon.
Kimchi chameleon. Gimme kimchi chameleon. There we go. I got it.
Nice. Thanks for joining, you guys.
And stay tuned. We do still have a couple of things potentially in the works. Not potentially, we do have things in the works. Regarding merch, regarding other fun giveaways, regarding cool, potentially like late night episodes. So stay tuned. Please keep following along. We love having you here with us. And we're just so excited to be on this journey. I feel like it's really starting to like sink in. We're like nearing episode 20.
Yeah.
And
we should do something big for episode 20.
We should. We absolutely should. Maybe we'll like try to be able to get on live on TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Like that'd be pretty cool. I don't know what the rules of that are. But something. Maybe we'll go like live on Insta. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us and follow us on all our socials.
And we hear you. We hear your battle cries. We know that you want us to do another hypothetical episode. So we are going to be doing one next week for you guys.
That's right. We love hypotheticals. They're so wild.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we really do. We love them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being here. We love you. Bye.
Bye.